I give glory to the first, before whom there was nothing, and the last, after whom there will be nothing. God Almighty, I want to sincerely apologize if my previous video about the protest of young students in Niger State against the bombing and killing of their fellow children came across as being motivated by religion. Far from it. That was never my intention. You know, my post was not about being Muslim or representing any religious belief. It was simply about humanity, seeing young people speak up against violence and the loss of innocent lives, moved me deeply. I felt disheartened to see that some journalists condemned them. So I shared my view from a place of compassion and concern for children and communities affected by conflict. So I believe that caring about human life, especially the lives of children, should go beyond religion, culture, or whatever background you might have. If my message was misunderstood, I truly regret the confusion, and I deem it fit to apologize to the presenter at Arise News, Pastor Ayo Mero Eze. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who continues, who continues to engage with empathy and understanding, not those who are insulting me. My voice will always stand for peace, humanity, and the protection of human lives. There is something I feel I should also clarify. There was a misunderstanding about the pupils who protested at the Niger State School. I do not know them. I do not know the name of the school. Neither do I know the proprietor of the school. So, but I believe that they are not being recruited into insurgency or any form of violence whatsoever. What is actually happening, I want to call it sensitization of some sort, helping students become aware of issues around them and encouraging them to speak up when they feel something is wrong. Even in the Bible, I think there's a famous proverb in the book of Proverbs 22 verse 6, if I'm not mistaken. Teach a child the way he should go. Teach a child the way he should go, and when he grows old, he will not depart from it, if I get it right. And there's something similar in Surah At-Tahrim in the Quran, Quran 66 verse 6. We are not trained or encouraged to leave children alone and say they are just children. We are bound to give them orientation, helping them to become aware of issues around them and encouraging them to speak up when they feel something is wrong. This is just what I believe was happening at the Niger State School. When I was a child, I attended a Christian-only school where we were taught songs that openly condemned the devil. That was considered moral instruction and guidance for young minds. In the same way, teaching students to recognize wrongdoing and to express concern about injustice should not automatically be labeled as indoctrination or recruitment of any sort. Unfortunately, today, it sometimes seems that those who commit harmful acts cannot even be publicly condemned because some defenders, driven by religious bigotry, quickly dismiss any criticism as brainwashing. This shuts down, important conversation and unfairly discredits the students who simply exercised their voices. Rather than accusing these pupils of being manipulated, we should acknowledge that young people are capable of understanding right and wrong. Encouraging awareness, critical thinking and moral courage is part of education, and we should not be mischievous to call that insurgency or say that, like there's a proverb in Yoruba language that àti kékeré ni ìmọ̀lé tí ń kọ́mọ ẹ̀ lásọ̀. You know what aso means, right? Like when you utter gibberish, like the Arabic words that you cannot understand. When you don't understand the language, you can call it gibberish, but it's not gibberish. It is not aso, like they used to say. This is a special training as instructed by God Almighty that we should give our children so that they will know the evils, they will know the devil, they will know what they should avoid, right from wrong. So if you feel offended by the video, please accept my sincere apology. Thank you. Good night.